everyone, welcome back to my channel, Anna Morphides with Many Hearts Counseling, and today's video is actually going to be all about thriving through a breakup. There is a sure way to navigate breakups that will allow you to experience the gift that was meant to be brought from the space that is created in this breakup. Because if you really think about even the word breakup, there is a breakup of that connection for a particular reason. Depending on our age that we are experiencing this breakup and or our attachment style and our existing core beliefs, we're all going to go through a breakup in different ways. So I have taken down some notes based on guidance that I'm receiving and also real life experiences that I'm having with not only myself, but people around me that I work with and or friends that are experiencing breakups in this particular time and space. So the cause of all suffering, as we now know, is attachment. The cause of all suffering is an attachment that we have to an idea, a core belief, a thought, something we are attaching to that is allowing the breakup to feel challenging. So when we're going to go through a breakup, we are going to naturally go through the stages of grief because we are grieving the loss of a relationship, and we're going to experience many emotions, whether it is anger, sadness, maybe fear. The emotions we now know are fleeting, right? A thought comes in, an emotion is produced, and that emotion lasts about 90 seconds. But then it's the feeling that can last a lifetime that is produced from that thought. But once we're able to understand what the thought is behind the emotion that we are experiencing, then we're able to navigate our breakup in a more, not as hurtful way, like a peaceful way, a more, I don't want to say joyous because breakups are not joyous, just more harmoniously and in a more state of like gratitude and love for the experience, as opposed to making it mean something about ourselves and allowing those challenging emotions to take over us, and then they affect our work production, our daily routines, our time with our friends, everything, right? So depending on your age and the chance to experience the resilience of a breakup, this is also going to be different for everyone too. So for someone going through a breakup in their 40s, like myself, will have a different outlook on a breakup, because in my experience so far, in my 46 years of living, I have never experienced a breakup, whether it is directly by me or friends or family or people that I have worked with, that has not led to something that is way more suited for them. This is true case. So I have had the chance to experience this due to my age, but someone who is in their 20s, like when I was broken up with in my 20s, and I can count the number of times that I have been broken up with, in both my hands. So in my 20s, I didn't have the chance to experience the gift that would come out of that space that was created. Whether it's the same person coming back, a 2.0 version, or somebody else that was bringing me in the things that I wanted to experience in my current relationship, but I wasn't able to experience, or whatever that reason may be, because not everyone has a breakup that is bad or challenging or not amicable. The degree of the breakup is directly related to your self-concept and to the other person's self-concepts. Depending on the energies that you both are in that moment will also depict how the breakup unfolds. So in my case, in my 20s, when I was broken up with, and what I have learned in counseling school is if we pay attention to the thoughts that are running through our head while the breakup is happening, then we're going to be able to really dig into the nugget of gold that is being presented through that space that is created through the breakup. And I wrote this down so I don't forget it. Like I said, I have been rejected and broken up with more times than I could count on both my hands. And then at the time, when I was in my early 20s, I didn't realize that it was actually happening for me. I was stuck in this sort of mindset. Why me? Why this? Why now? Until I went to school and through my psychology studies and my counseling studies, I was taught and I learned that everything is actually happening for us. That breakup is happening for a reason, and that space is created for a reason. So when I was able to look at the thoughts that were creating my emotions, and for me through my breakups, most of my emotions were that of sadness, and the thoughts behind my sadness would be, why can't anyone love me? So then I learned that I had to do the work in that. Why can't anyone love me? Because the degree that someone else can love me is directly related to the degree that I love myself. So then I knew that I needed to do self-work. I needed to do healing work for my inner child to truly love myself. Because as it turns out, I had acquired an anxious attachment style as a child, which produces negative self-view. So there was not a lot of self-love for myself. Therefore, of course, naturally, that was going to be my thought through a breakup. Another thought that I would have is, sorry, where is it? Oh yeah. Why are they treating me like this? Earlier on in my relationships, I wasn't treated, I would say, in a way that I felt cherished or chosen or fully loved, shown up for. So another thought that I would have while I was in the relationship and then I would be broken up with is like, why are they treating me like this? Then I understood that some part of me is treating myself in that way. Or the other thought of, why does everyone leave me? Again, I understood later on that that was my abandonment wound that was playing out over and over in my breakups. So it makes sense to me now that I was a 50% contributor of what was being experienced in my breakups. And when I really did the work to really understand the thoughts behind my emotion of sadness, which was the one that was predominant, then I was able to change my inner concept, change who I am, change my vibration, and then I was able to elevate my relationship with myself first, and then either that same person would come back or somebody else would come in that would match now the more self-love that I had for myself, the version of myself that healed my abandonment wound, healed my rejection wound, all these things. As I slowly healed these, then I understood why the breakup took place in the first place. Because if I wasn't broken up with in the case of me, I wasn't strong enough to leave any connection because there was fear of who else is going to love me, right? That was predominantly running through my mind. And of course, my fear of rejection would hold me back from exiting something that was not serving so I can find something that would be more aligned in what I wanted to experience. So then I would repeat the same cycle, and it would be the same thoughts that would precede my emotions that I felt through a breakup until I understood and I changed it to be different. Now, if I was going to go through a breakup, then I would think, why is this happening for me? Why is this space being created? What is it trying to teach me? What are my thoughts that I'm having about this experience? And then I would do the work in a way that, yes, of course, I would still feel the loss and I would grieve the loss of the relationship, but I wouldn't be taken down and allowed the sorrow of it to make me feel that this was not supposed to be part of my life right now. And when someone tells you something the first time, that I'm not able to be with you because I really need to work on myself. I'm not able to be with you because I'd rather focus on my career right now, or anything that they're telling you, believe that to be the truth. The 4 agreements, we never assume anything different, and we don't take it personally, because I've also learned through my breakups as well. I remember in particular this one breakup that was really hurtful for me. It turns out that this person was actually not able to show up for me because they were experiencing so much depression within their own selves, and they had so much going on in their head, especially around their finances, that I didn't know that until after, like way after. But that's also a true testament that we can't take a breakup personally, because this person is not breaking up with me because I'm not good enough. But if my core belief is that I'm not good enough, then of course I'm going to receive those news through those lenses of perception, and I'm going to say, oh yeah, this person is breaking up with me because I'm not good enough. But now I've had enough of an awareness, or even when I revisit past relationships that I've had and I speak to the people, it actually is never really about me. They all have the best of things to say about me, that I was great and amazing and this and that. But even that was not enough for them to have me in their life in that moment. So that's why I say it's not serving us to take it personally, because now I have true evidence that is completely supporting that theory, that it's never really about us, and it's completely 1,000% about the other person and what they want to experience in their life and in the moment. But what we do know to be true about us as well is we can take that time to really work on ourselves, to change our vibration and learn from that experience. So then that also gives us hope, right? And faith that it's happening for a reason. And even though we might not be able to see it right now, because clarity will always come after chaos or confusion, and the confusion will lie from the thoughts that we produce, from our core beliefs or our past experiences, things of that nature. But we are always in the seat of power to navigate a breakup in the most joyous, harmonious, grateful way, to learn from it, not talk bad about that person. And also, I know it's like really natural for people to say things like, oh, they're such a jerk, or this and that, or da 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 da. But then we forget that we are also 50% contributors of that experience, right? Like we bring that in somehow. And the more we work on ourselves, the less we're going to experience that. And then also another thing that it doesn't help us to do or to say is guilt yourself and shame yourself for staying in a connection for as long as you did. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be in this position right now to learn what you need to learn in the first place. There is no such thing as like wasting time or like beating yourself up about an experience that you've had, because now you're creating resistance about who you are. You're not accepting the course of your life that was gifted Like, life is a gift. Like, we were gifted this course for a reason, and we have these core beliefs for a reason. We have this attachment style for a reason. And after I read the second book about attachment style, Attached, the new science of adult attachment and how we can help you find and keep love. We don't need to attach anymore to these ideas about who we are. We don't need to attach to the thoughts behind our emotions that are being produced through our breakup. This is what the juice is of that experience, that if we drink that deliciousness, we can help ourselves grow into a better version of ourselves. I hope that I'm explaining this properly. And know that every time a space is created, it is always happening for you and for the other person as well. And you just never know what's going to happen in the meantime. I have seen people come back together. I have seen people become friends, and then they just change the vibration between them. Other people come in. But I do know that through our breakups, if we do the work, changing for good will lead to more goodness. And changing for good really just means changing our inner state of being so we can bring in different experiences and learn from that. So breakups, I don't think anything is ever final. We just never know what can happen in this lifetime. So we just not believe, but like really immerse ourselves in this concept that we are limitless and potential of experiencing life is unlimited as well. So if we focus on the good things of the connection and give so much gratitude for that, and then really dig deep and understand our thoughts behind our emotions, then we can help ourselves navigate the breakup in a more wonderful way. And then we won't spend so much time crying, letting it take us under, and not being able to be a functional human and be able to partake in other aspects of our life. But believe me, the oscillations of that experience is going to happen. It's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down. So don't judge that either. There's no reason to judge that. Whatever we judge or we resist will persist. So we accept everything as is, because our predominant emotions are fear, anger, disgust, sadness, and joy. So it makes sense that most of our thoughts that are going to come out of a breakup are going to elicit these four emotions by the law of probability alone, as opposed to joy. But then we're going to transmute all these right back into this one. And that is the work that we do as human beings. And that is where our superpower lies. I'm going to look at my notes to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. Yeah, I feel like I have touched upon everything. And remember that every time you feel rejected, remember that that is a chance for you to heal your rejection wound. When someone is breaking up with you, that breakup, that disconnection of your energy, take that time to connect to those parts of yourself that are screaming at you to be connected with. Take the time from that experience to create the connection that it is allowing you through that space to make with whatever it is that you are needing to be with within yourself. Whether it is connecting to a better core belief about yourself, like I am enough, I am worthy, I am lovable, I am cherished, whether it is a chance to heal your attachment style, whatever it may be, take the opportunity and give yourself so much love and so much support. And every time that judgment wants to come in, kick it out the door, knowing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. That's the power of right now. And then this beautiful saying that goes, how does it go? It says, I forgive you. Or no, sorry. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I love you. Thank you for anything that's coming in your mind. I'm sorry, I forgive you, thank you, I love you. Yes, that's how it goes. So any part of yourself that wants to come in and you want to judge the relationship or yourself or that person, no, throw that all out the window. So if there's anything that you feel that you want to like guilt and shame yourself for that you did in the relationship, just accept it, give it so much love. I'm sorry, I forgive you, thank you, I love you. And then you keep moving forward with your life. You keep raising your vibration so you can create a different experience for your life. I'm sorry about the lighting. This time of day that I'm filming right now is probably not the best, but at least I was able to get the words out there. And I hope that this can help so many of us that are experiencing breakups in a more peaceful way and in a way of knowing that everything is always happening for you and it's there for a reason. And once you know that reason and you're able to experience the other side, then you're going to be able to build that resilience factor, and you're going to be able to know the goodness that comes out of it. And then of course, the older we get and the more, if we have more breakups, then we have a higher knowing of what the outcome is going to be. And then breakups hurt less and less and less. And I do feel that at the point that we are truly connected to who we are, that breakups might not really be so present and or prominent. But who's to say? Everyone has free will. But what we can say is that our free will is always in our hand and in our control. And the more we work on ourselves, the more joy we're going to experience in our outside world. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another one of my videos. If you liked anything about it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, and if you're new watching, welcome. I would love for you to sign up and or subscribe and hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And if you wanted me to talk on any specific topic, I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you next time.